Don't worry, everything's going to be fine.
Hi, my name is Amy and welcome back to my channel. I am going to be doing just a little quick update on what's going on with me. I have inflammatory breast cancer stage 3 and I at this time am getting chemo. I'm getting AC, which they call the Red Devil. Yesterday was my third chemo and I have actually had to put chemo on pause twice because my white blood cell count have been extremely low. And so today I got my first shot of white blood cell count booster. I'm not exactly sure what the medicine is called, but I got a new one that my doctor had actually wanted me to take in the first place, but my insurance had fought her on that. So since it was affecting my being able to take it, they finally approved it. So I had been taking about a 1/10 dose, so this is like the 100% dose that I can have. So I'm going to see how it affects me and how it boosts my immune system and my white blood cell count, and hopefully it'll help me feel even better than I have been feeling. I actually have been feeling really good throughout this whole time. Everything that I've gone through has been very mild. So this is my third time getting chemo, and it seems that every time I have chemo, the day after when I get my white blood cell count booster, that's a hard thing to say in the row, but every time I end up coming to the park, and it's nice to get out of the house because they're really wanting me to quarantine away from people. So it's been hard not being able to go to church and I've had a couple people that they knew that they weren't sick or whatever come over for very short amounts of time, but other than that, I have to rely on texting and calling and FaceTime. It's just not the same. So it's nice to, be out and about and be able to drive myself since I didn't have chemo today. I just had the shots. I don't really know how the chemo is affecting me really. I had it yesterday, and actually the night, like when I was going to bed the night before I had chemo, I had a headache, and so I took some Excedrin migraine nighttime because I get migraines. I have since I was a little girl, and so I went ahead and did that, and I woke up with a headache still. It wasn't as bad as it had been the night before, and so I was like, well, I'll just take a little regular Excedrin and hopefully that will be fine. And it was just like as the day went on and progressed, it just continued to get worse. So I went in and I brought my bag and I brought my stuff in, and usually I come in and take my shoes off, get my blanket out, get my iPad out, get the things that I need. But after having had to have my chemo put on pause twice and having to clean up all my stuff and just leave after the blood work came in, I was like, I'm not doing it again. I had a good feeling that I was going to be able to have it, but it's just that thing in the back of your mind. It's just been hard. So I'm glad that I'm able to have finally got the right dosage and the right kind that my doctor feels that the white blood cell count will stay up with the booster shot about it, the injection or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, it took so long for my blood work to come back, but usually the last one to come in is the one that tells you the white blood count. White blood count, whatever. You know what I mean. That actually came in second, and I think they do 4, so I saw that come in and they were still waiting for the other ones, and it took so long, but that's okay because I knew that I was going to be getting it. So I took off my shoes, I got my blanket out, and I was relaxing, and it was just the calm of knowing that I was actually going to get my chemo. But as I was getting my chemo, I didn't have any kind of side effects at all. I wore for the first dose for the AC, the Red Devil, I did not have any issues. I didn't have any problems with it. The next one, I don't even know what it's called. I'm sorry. But usually I have a little bit of tingling and numbness in my hands. And so I wear my, whatever they're called, the ice packs for your hands. And I haven't used them on my feet yet. I haven't had to. I have heard that it's more the Taxol that you need them for. but I have had every other time had to use them because I have had that issue. I did wear them for a very short amount of time just in case, but I didn't really feel that I needed it. But I did put one of those ice packs on my head because I was having the headache and the migraine, and it just continued to get worse. I didn't have any side effects. I had come in with a headache, and so it was nice that there wasn't anything else going on except for my head. I love my nurse. She's the best. I asked her if when these rounds of this kind of chemo is done, if she was still going to be my nurse. And she said she didn't know. And she thought that I was asking if I could have another nurse. And I was like, no, I want to keep you. You're like the best. So, but then as I got done and I left and from my chemo, I started getting nauseous. I just didn't feel good, and it was really the migraine. It was like all the same things that I would have going on when I had a migraine. I did get nauseous. I got a little sweating and just not feeling the greatest. And I went home and I took one of my strong migraine medicines, and I slept for a while, took a good nap. And my head still was just, usually the migraine medicine that I have usually just knocks them out, but it just didn't seem to. It was better. I was able to be up and not just in bed covered with my eyes and everything, but I was still not feeling the greatest. I wasn't really nauseous, but I couldn't eat. It wasn't until 9 o'clock, 9:30, I ate a little bit. I was really hungry, and so that actually made me feel a little bit better. And so I had been drinking a lot of water. I went ahead and had a liquid IV, a body armor throughout that time, and so I think all of that combined helped me feel a little bit better. I did go ahead and take some more Excedrin when I did go to bed, and I couldn't sleep, which was frustrating when you don't feel the greatest with your head and everything. It's usually you want to get some rest, and so it was kind of frustrating, but I'm okay. Today I've had a little stomach issues. It has felt kind of sour. I don't know how else to explain it. It's not terrible. I had this appointment and I didn't really want to eat anything. I had a little coffee that was probably not not the greatest thing just to have. I drink a lot of water and a couple drinks of body armor, but I didn't feel like if I had to drive all the way over there and wait to get my shot and all that, I didn't want to have to go to the bathroom. So I waited till after my appointment, and actually right before I left, my oncologist told me even though it might not be actual nausea, that you can still take the nausea meds and it will probably calm your stomach down. So I did take one and it did help quite a bit. And so when I was leaving, the only thing that sounded good, I was like, well, I could pick up a sandwich or a grilled chicken or something, but the only thing that really sounded good was a bagel. So I stopped at Dunkin' and I got me a bagel and I ate that, and my stomach doesn't feel the greatest. It feels just about the same as it did before I took the medicine, but I feel a little bit better having something in my system. So that's what's been going on with me. I am so glad that they finally approved this medicine, that I am able to get what I need, and I hope that it will keep my white blood cell count up. I had looked on my chart. It had said that this was going to be like a 4-hour infusion or whatever, and so I was like, oh no, because that would mean that I would really need somebody to bring me, somebody to take me home. That's, people are very willing, but it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon when I have to be there, and that's just a hard time. So I'm glad that this is just a shot. So we'll see how this makes me feel. If I have any side effects or anything, I will let you know. I also wanted to say that I had heard from a lot of people and read a lot that their third time doing chemo had been the most hard on them, and so far so good for me. I had a migraine, and that was prior to getting the chemo, so I already know what goes into how I'm going to feel with a migraine, and that was really what I was dealing with. And the stomach GI issues, it hasn't been bad. I haven't had any throwing up, diarrhea, any of that, so thank God for that. I'm so thankful that through everything, my side effects and how I felt, like all of that has been so minimal, and like just everything, the stomach, and even that's been the like pretty much the biggest thing is my stomach the very first time, and then this time, but it's been so mild. I told the nurse today that she asked me on a 1 to 10, like at that time, how was I feeling? Like I said a 3, like just it's not that bad. So I'm very thankful about that. If you want to, you can follow my journey. I try to do some tips and share what's going on with me, share as I go throughout chemo, how I'm feeling and all that. This is kind of like a little vlog. And if you want to subscribe, if you want to like, go ahead. And thank you for watching. If you're going through this journey, I hope that you have just as mild side effects or none at all as me. And just stay positive and be encouraged, because it's hard, but we can get through this. And when we get through this chemo time, you are going to be able to help somebody else that's going through this journey. Well, I will talk to you next time. That'll probably be next week when I record another video, and I hope you have a great week. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you would like to. Give me a like if you would like to.